Think of recession as a winter freeze, a harsh winter freeze gripping the economic landscape. Just as plants wither and animals hibernate during winter, businesses contract and consumer spending slows. Yet, like resilient seeds lying dormant beneath the snow, opportunities for growth and renewal await beneath the surface, ready to bloom when the thaw arrives. But not everyone freezes in the economic winter's grip. Indeed, this is when the wolves emerge to hunt and thrive. And by the end of this video, you'll uncover the strategies that millionaires and billionaires rely on during economic downturns. Subscribe now to this channel to gain exclusive access to insider insights and expert strategies. Don't miss out on this opportunity to stay ahead of the curve and secure your financial future. Just hit that subscribe button now and elevate your financial knowledge to new heights. Now, here are the 13 recession survival tactics. Rule number 1, cash is your lifeline. Imagine yourself in the middle of a raging blizzard with the wind howling and snow piling up around you. In times like these, having a sturdy shelter to retreat to can be a lifesaver. Well, think of cash as your financial shelter shielding you from the stormy economic weather. It's your ticket to security and peace of mind, helping you weather the downturn without getting blown away by financial troubles. Throughout history, the folks who've come out on top during economic downturns are the ones who held on to their cash reserves tight. They understood that having cash on hand gives you the flexibility and stability to navigate the rocky road ahead. So, if you're caught in the middle income bracket, consider cutting back on unnecessary expenses and maximizing your income streams. Think of it as playing smart while others are just playing it safe. Rule number 2. Master your debt like a pro. When everyone else is panicking, it's time to strike while the iron's hot. Just like a skilled mountaineer navigating treacherous slopes, focus on renegotiating your debts to create smoother paths forward. Debt deals, akin to sturdy ice shelters, come with tax advantages and provide a refuge from the biting cold of financial turmoil. So, sharpen your negotiation skills and structure deals that prioritize debt over equity. It's all about maintaining control and flexibility, ensuring survival even in the harshest of economic winters. Rule number 3, become the hunter, not the hunted. In the icy terrain of recession, those who actively seek opportunities stand to thrive. Instead of sitting back and waiting for things to get better, embrace your inner hunter and go after those opportunities with gusto. Whether it's investing in undervalued assets or starting a new business, now's the time to pounce. Look at what Warren Buffett did during the 2008 financial crisis, or how Amazon expanded its offerings after the dot-com bubble burst. They didn't sit around waiting for things to improve. They went out and made it happen. For regular folks like us, this means thinking outside the box and exploring new avenues for growth. Whether it's investing in stocks, starting a business, or diversifying your income streams, now's the time to get creative. Remember, fortune favors the bold, so don't be afraid to take calculated risks and seize the opportunities that come your way. Rule number 4, play the long game. Just as nature waits patiently for the thaw after a long winter, adopt a patient approach during economic downturns. Instead of trying to make a quick buck, focus on your long-term goals and stay true to your vision. Whether it's investing in your education, building your skills, or growing your business, think of it as planting seeds that will eventually bear fruit when the economic landscape begins to flourish once again. Rule number 5, mind over heart. In the frosty wilds of uncertainty, being smart about things keeps you from getting lost in the blizzard of problems. That's where the pros shine bright while the newbies stumble around. Making the right call, even if it gives you the shivers, is what keeps you alive, even when it feels like a slap of cold wind. Sure, gut feelings might offer a moment of warmth, but it's hard facts and numbers that show you the way. Take a good look at the frozen reality scoreboard and steer your ship accordingly. If chopping off half your crew is what it takes to keep your boat from sinking in the icy waters, then grab those scissors and start snipping. Emotional decisions might give you a warm, fuzzy feeling for a bit, but if the whole operation goes belly up, you're all gonna freeze together. Rule number 6, if you save some money, recession is sales time. When you've managed to tuck away some savings, a recession can feel like stumbling upon a massive clearance sale where everything's up for grabs at a fraction of the usual price. It's a rare chance that doesn't come knocking every day, so when the opportunity arises, it's time to roll up your sleeves and dive right in. In these tough times, when economic storm clouds loom overhead, there's a silver lining for those who are prepared to weather the storm. It's a period where the laws of supply and demand take on a whole new meaning, and savvy investors can seize the moment to strike deals that might otherwise be out of reach. Rule number 7, buy in the deep is a bold but lucrative move, and DCA is key. Dollar cost averaging, DCA, is like playing the long game in investing. Instead of trying to time the market, where you're aiming to buy low and sell high, DCA is all about staying in it for the long haul. You keep investing regularly, no matter what the market is up to. A big mistake many regular folks make is thinking investing is a one-time deal. They put their money in and hope for the best. But that's not the way it works. Investing is more like a journey, and it really kicks into gear during tough times like recessions. That's when the wealthy step up their game and start buying more. By sticking to your regular investment plan during a recession, you actually lower your average cost per investment. So, even if the prices drop initially after you buy, your overall cost is lower. And when the market bounces back, you're set to make bigger profits. Take Bitcoin, for example. If you bought it at $30,000 and it later dropped to $16,000, you might feel a bit nervous. But with DCA, you'd see it as a chance to buy more at a discount. Over time, this strategy can help you bring down your average cost, setting you up for better returns when prices rise again. The same idea applies to stocks, index funds like the Standard & Poor's 500, or any other investment with long-term potential. By sticking to your investment plan through thick and thin, you're giving yourself the best shot at building wealth over time. If you're playing the long game with your investments, seeing prices drop can actually work in your favor. It's like snagging a sweet deal at your favorite store. Just remember not to put all your eggs in the short-term gains basket, and you should be all right. But it definitely takes some serious self-control. Don't let panic be your guide. Stay informed, sure, but don't let every news headline send you into a tailspin. One of the biggest mistakes newcomers make is reacting too hastily to what they see in the media. Sure, keep an eye on trends, but resist the urge to make impulsive decisions based on every news blip. Remember, the news often serves the interests of the wealthy, who might try to sway smaller investors into selling low. Instead, think of each price drop as a chance to make a fresh investment. Some will pay off quickly, while others might take longer to show returns. Your patience and ability to resist knee-jerk moves will ultimately determine your success. Trying to outsmart the market by timing buys and sells rarely works out. Don't fall into the trap of selling now with the hope of buying back in at a lower price later. Predicting the market's next move is no easy feat. Treat your investments like a piggy bank. Put money in steadily, and only take it out when absolutely necessary. Rule number 8. Recession is the most fertile ground for wealth growth fortune, and wealth often find their roots in recessions. It's a realization that has dawned on us over the past 2 decades. You don't have to win every day just when it really counts. What we're about to unveil is something only a select few have ever glimpsed, and once you see it, a light bulb will go off in your head, changing your world forever. Are you ready for this boom? Behold, the US economy after every single recession. Take note of how they occur roughly once every 10 years. Pay close attention to the gap between recessions and what unfolds afterward. After hitting rock bottom, there's typically 69 months of growth, with returns ranging from 25 to 50% across the board within that time frame. Notice how short these recessions are in terms of duration. Zoom out, and you'll see that the average recession lasts only about 10 months, followed by half a decade of unhindered growth. Once this graph is etched into your mind, it's impossible for you to remain poor. You'll know what's coming ahead of time, just bide your time. No need for fancy maneuvers, just ride it out. When a recession hits, simply track the Standard & Poor's 500 every month for the duration of the recession. Being an active participant during a single recession is often enough to propel you higher up the wealth ladder. These are the insights the wealthy are privy to, passed down from those even richer. That's how the game is rigged. They have memorized the graph you didn't know about. The key to building wealth during a recession is knowing what to look for and getting educated on the necessary actions to take. Subscribe to Turbo Finance, your go-to channel for high-value information and key strategies. By hitting that subscribe button, you'll unlock exclusive access to privileged insights that others pay top dollar for, all for free. Rule number 9, strengthen your money game. When times get tough, your hustle becomes your lifeline. It's like building a solid foundation for your financial house. So instead of splurging on stuff you don't really need, focus on securing your income and managing your cash smartly. During a recession, refrain from splurging on non-essential purchases like a new car, designer clothes, or extravagant vacations. Instead, conserve your capital and invest it strategically in income-generating assets. By prioritizing smart investments over frivolous spending now, you'll build a solid financial foundation that can fund your desired luxuries once the recession has passed. Rule number 10, rebalance your portfolio. Rebalancing your portfolio is like maintaining a well-balanced diet for your investments. Just as you wouldn't eat only one type of food all the time, you shouldn't invest all your money in just one type of asset. In time of recession, not everything that makes up your wealth will be hit the same. The idea is to periodically review your investments and adjust your allocations to ensure you're not overly exposed to any single asset or sector. By rebalancing regularly, you can help manage risk and keep your portfolio aligned with your long-term financial goals. Rule number 11, understanding unrealized losses. Experiencing a recession for the first time can feel overwhelming, like riding a bull at your first rodeo. But take a deep breath. We're in this together. When you initially invested, you might have been swept up in the excitement of a booming market, hearing stories of others making big profits left and right. It seemed like everyone was raking in the dough and you wanted in on the action. But now that things are a bit rocky, it's important to keep your cool. Just because your investments are showing a loss on paper doesn't mean you're out of the game. It's like riding a roller coaster. It's not over until you step off. Let me give you an example. Imagine you bought some shares in a tech company a few months ago. At first, the stock price soared, and you were feeling pretty good about your investment. But then, the market took a dive, and suddenly, those shares are worth less than what you paid for them. It's easy to panic in a situation like this, but remember, those losses are only on paper until you actually sell the shares. If you believe in the long-term prospects of the company, it might be worth holding on to those shares and waiting for the market to rebound. On the other hand, if you're seeing some gains, don't start splurging just yet. Those profits are only real once you've cashed out. So take a breather, stick to your plan, and remember that investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay focused, and you'll come out on top in the end. Rule number 12, secure your income. All right, let's wrap up with one crucial tip. Shore up your income or risk sinking. Think of it like this. Your ability to turn your skills into cash is your ultimate lifeline in rough economic seas. It's all about how good you are at your job and how in demand your expertise is compared to others. For business owners and investors, it's about managing your resources like a pro and building something sturdy that keeps the cash flowing. Here's the deal. You can't just rely on your savings to ride out a recession. That cash is meant for seizing opportunities, not for playing defense. Instead, focus on making sure your income is solid and predictable. If you build something solid, it'll keep on cash. Keep a close eye on your cash flow, know where every dollar is coming from and going to, and look for ways to improve your financial health. Rule number 13, build your network. Now, let's talk about your network. You've probably heard the saying, your network is your net worth, right? Well, during a recession, you'll find out who your real allies are. It's also a prime time to forge new relationships and lend a helping hand to those who could help you down the road. With just a nudge from the right person, doors you never thought possible might swing wide open for you. Don't miss out on any more insider insights, expert strategies, and exciting surprises. Subscribe now to Turbo Finance and stay ahead of the curve. If not, who knows if you will find us again. Just hit that subscribe button and let's kickstart this journey to financial success together. Goodbye for now, and I'll see you on the other side.